Welcome to Chaos March. This is map 2. Invictus, the proper faction leader along Warlord Kintax, has made it for the battle, and will be taking his forces into action. We are listening to their their opponents. This is map 2, Lakefront. This is... what is this? This is TSA Lakefront, sorry about that, and they have one more carrying asset on the ground, and while Serpentis has respectable firepower and range on them, they have a number of LRMs and arrows, but they do not have ammo refill, so we will see what happens here. Serpentis could Serpentis could change the battle or not change the battle. The blue team are the Scythe Triumvirate. The red team are the Duchy of Small.
Yeah, they have an arrow catapult too. The list is completely artillery.
Okay, try to, if you can, try to open the first. That's already
I'm gonna see how much I can actually poke it.
Some LRM shots away. Duck of Death does a good job of getting into cover.
Yeah, keep everybody here close to us, to Bob and me. We are here in cover for the long tom, so
I'm gonna give it a poke just so it gets a bit nervous.
I think it's a long tom for some reason.
Duchy might receive fire over there.
It's a Morigu. Long tom now weighs 65 tons.
Invictus in the long tom.
They're not able to find out that information quickly, they could get into range here. They have no anti-air though, really. As I mentioned, they have some LRMs and stuff, but we'll see what happens.
No, wait, that's a Morigu.
Here.
Okay, never mind, Morigu, not a long tom.
Okay.
Kinda look the same from above.
Shadow
1
Cat
kilometer.
120, Bob, from you directly.
These are
okay,
LRMs, they're not going to hit.
Yeah, they're coming for me. Don't worry.
So here's your battle at the moment. They're going to have to waste a lot of their LRMs, which could come back to backfire on them. They want to keep Serpentis at distance as much as they can.
Don't worry.
You can see that Burner's team is probably going to sit back
They're still mostly camping
for a little while.
there. Their arrow catapult is still camping in the back.
Serpentis will get at their nerves, I'm sure, with that 900 meter beam laser. This thing weighs 30 tons, so in BV3, so it's been hopefully properly adjusted for its capabilities. We've got Invictus a little bit late into the process, so he had the right to...
Yeah.
So they had the ability to rebuild the list a little bit. And Invictus took a look it over and trusted Proxima's judgment here, so they don't have any dedicated AA, but it might be enough to force Serpentis to be very careful about his shots and stuff. And if they go underwater, it'll be almost not impossible, but very, very hard for Serpentis to see things. And they have landed shots already, so we don't have to worry about any holds. So one team's going to kill another team, or we're going to have another situation. You can see Proxima moving into the water. Very short range. Excuse me, very short water, not very tall water. But if you're careful, you can make it move. Neither team really has a lot of oh god, what would you call this? Radar. Set up. They don't have any dedicated Ravens or anything like that. Proxima will now try to hit Burner with a little narc missile.
Just camping there.
Proxima trying to get as far away as possible, realizing that he's in danger. Proxima trying to stay in the water, trying to get some narcs off so that his long-range missiles can do all of the work.
There's 2 contacts underwater for you. Be careful.
This could change the match because it would give them one more carrying asset if they're able to kill Proxima.
From arrows.
Proxima trying to make it hard for them to see. He has.
Gonna try move up.
They'll have to. It's all about visual scouting right now. Visual confirmation. because you cannot, your radar really isn't going to work too much here. They're giving LRM cover to Proxima to try and get him through. Proxima may have lost his engine though.
You haven't been knocked, have you?
Or Proxima just moving slowly and carefully, waiting for his jump jets, trying to get around and fire. This is a very interesting battle.
Is behind us,
It's not that different to seeing the two teams sitting and camping a little bit to take each other on, but it is a bit surprising to see Proxima go that far out. Oh wow, that's a bit. Okay, so now the two teams are the two teams are broken out.
Even see another spotter. Careful, Cougars firing missiles.
The two teams are broken out. And now they don't have Narc over here, so they'll have to get all of their LRM locks.
Pretty much see everything from there.
Is the team reacting
together
in movement to the destruction of the spotter?
Actually, yes.
In the water.
Okay, shooter dead. So this is probably over.
Right now.
Wolverines will go up 2-0 in this battle.
West of the base.
They've been their only spotter.
It still leaves Invictus, but Invictus would have to get close enough to get his weapons into range. And
disturbed now. Gnome
King is the Arrow 4 catapult, and he needs enough range to work. And Serpentis ended up, as we talked about earlier, being the difference here because he's able to report their movements at all times, and now they really have nothing left to do but for Invictus to try and get in close and have them support them. They're trying to get Serpentis down. That is their key thing that they're trying to do right now, and they're trying to save the catapult from taking too much damage. But this is going to be an uphill battle now without Proxima's narcs and without Proxima to be able to go in and shoot things. They're not going to be able to do much. So we'll probably go down 2-0, and we'll continue this battle another day and see what happens. And we'll let you know the official results of the battles, as as always. These things have to go under review to be certified. The supervisor, which is me, and then we'll talk with faction leaders. But like I said,
they're still not moving much, though. Don't worry.
Serpentis able to report their movements and not changing up the list to getting some anti-air in the ground. Gonna let Serpentis to move around and do his thing. There's still enough time and there's still enough stuff on the ground to let them do what they need to do. Honestly, at this point, is kill something on the ground. They got some pretty good shots off early with the LRMs on Duck's asset. So if they're able to hit,
they're all in Gulf 7 now.
They need to get a kill, and then honestly, they probably need to get in the water at this point because then Serpentis won't be able to see them as well.
Yeah, I'm coming.
And losing Proxima, also one of their skilled pilots and possibly even the drop commander on this fight, really takes away a lot of their strategic area right now. So we're going to see what happens with the battle. That's why you play the battles, to find out what happens. I've seen teams come back from this. You can see that they're trying to reposition.
Into the water, do it now. They're not focused on you now.
Catapults on the left side of the dropship, guys. Yeah, I see. Don't panic.
They're trying to pull back and force them to move up. They're now trying to get coordinate their LRM fire on Serpentis so that some of these will hit. Serpentis dodging all of them so far. You can see that they were trying to coordinate their 2 LRM launchers on Serpentis. Serpentis trying to fire damage now. The Arrow 4 launcher is away. If they can get a kill here,
arrows incoming.
that could change things a little bit if Burner took quite a bit of damage. They're trying to they're trying to probably focus on Duck over here. He's the lightest thing and he's taking the most damage.
Catapult's all by itself in the water by my Osiris. I'm gonna take it if I can.
Moving.
So now they're closing in. Bob, Gnome's probably dead, and if so, at that point, this fight will be over. Bob, 90-ton asset here. Sorry, 75-ton Mad Cat. Yeah, Gnome's dead. So unless they're able to, unless Invictus can get over here and either save Gnome or get kill Bob and Duck of Death, this fight is probably all but over.
Good job. There's the Morigu left, which is in Hotel 7. No idea where the Epona is right now.
Bob, watch those turrets, and I didn't see any contacts, so take out those turrets.
So the
Turrets should be disabled. Don't worry about them.
The Morigu is between the radar dish close to the.
They've hit the Awesome twice.
The dropship and their.
And they've
the
killed.
Yeah,
Or excuse, they haven't killed, but they've heavily hit the Duck's Osiris.
I mean, if you go slow, the Epona should almost be out of missiles now. Because they don't have an APC back there. Probably only has 2 or 3 salvos left now.
I crossed the water now.
The hovers can operate in places that the other assets cannot, but they basically have to either kill Serpentis or damage something enough to allow them an opportunity to get the carrying assets down. They have to kill 2 assets on the ground, and realistically they have to kill
attempting to get another shot at them, but
they have to kill 2 assets on the ground without losing anything.
110 degrees.
Raska's hovercrafts are not Rask's favorite asset, but that's the way
Morigu
the
is still in
assignments
Hotel
went.
7, behind the mountain. He's going into the water now. They're all clumped up in Hotel 7, keep at 4.
And if Rask flips, this could be an issue.
Coming towards you, Bob.
Which way does it bounce? Rask is able to get around and do it. Now Duck moving in. Invictus can't get the shot off in time on Duck, and they're closing in to finish this off. The
they're all at the south.
Scythe Triumvirate is moving in for the kill on Duchy of Small to try and go up to 2-0 on planets something.
Yeah,
Morigu's coming
back
over the
Planet
top.
Liao, which is one of the
Morigu's about to crest the hill, guys.
critical planets for the entire metagame, primarily in the history books of the importance to the Capellans.
No, he's close to the ship.
The opponent's trying to get up to range. Invictus Invictus gets Serpentis.
Anyways.
This is still going to be an uphill battle, but let's see if they make a game of it at least.
And
I have a look on it.
Standu needs to get out to range. You can see Rask heavily damaged, trying to get out to absolute maximum range. They kill Duck of Death, dies from overheating. This is still an uphill battle, but Invictus in that tank, if it's not heavily damaged, can destroy worlds.
200 from you, Bob. Inferno.
yeah, he's dump firing his LRMs.
The harasser can't do much at close range. The opponent can hit things at close range over here. You can see that the opponent trying to get some pressure off of them. Standu goes down. That's going to leave Invictus. Let's follow Rask a moment. See if Rask has enough armor left to make this fight interesting by getting some LRMs off.
The opponent?
I'm shooting on it.
There.
What's in the water?
Rask giving into everything he's got.
Yeah.
Burner took 2 arrows. Let's see if they hit. Nope, not quite.
Yeah,
Where's
as I
the
said,
Morigu?
he's trying to hit me, but...
Let me look into the water, I can't see.
Rask doing everything that Rask can. Trying to get some hits on Burner.
He's now at our
He did shoot me in the
Trying to
back
buy
just now.
Invictus time
Like
to get
from the
lost in
direction
the
of the
water
ship or
and then maybe force the Scythe to move in. Scythe doesn't. Scythe has enough carrying assets now that they don't have to worry about it.
Yes.
Rask trying to keep the absolute maximum range, but Burner can outrange Rask by 200 meters. So Rask is trying to get some shots off. I don't know if any of these are locking. Rask is trying to buy Invictus time to get away to get to an assault asset. What do we have left here? Thunderbirds backs out. He can still do some damage, but only up close. Stubbies got 900 meter range, so he can outrange the Morgu, except for the LRMs. Bob took some hits a little bit early, but he's still generally fresh. Invictus's best hope right now is to keep Rask alive and kill enough assets that the blue team only has 2 assets left, and then it would force a tie
they
potentially.
both know where we are and we can't find the Morgu. Should we go active?
Invictus is causing Invictus is
I'm now active, but I can't
causing them to guess where his position is as Rask continues to try and get some shots off, but has now flipped. If Rask is unable to unflip this asset, Rask will not count as a carrying asset, and Invictus cannot come help him. So at this point, Rask would effectively not count as something that can carry the game, which only leaves Invictus. That you can, if you can't feel the tension, I don't know what game you've been watching, because this is tension filled for both sides. Because Invictus, especially if Invictus is still fresh, Invictus is a very powerful and dangerous opponent at this point in time. But he needs Rask to get unflipped if possible. Otherwise, they'll just come kill Rask, and this fight will definitely be over. Rask trying to get some shots off from the position, can't, and they will now kill Rask. And that will leave Invictus to
do you have any clue where
try to figure out how long he wants to push this out. He now has 4-on-1 odds. This will Invictus will now have to rely on his cunning and his strategy and his guts and his skills to try and take something out. As you can see, Stubby's now in range, and Invictus is trying to determine how long he wants to fight this, fight for every inch, or go out in a blaze of glory. Invictus down here in the water has just a hard time trying to find them as well. Invictus trying to move back, and now has an opportunity against Stubby's asset to line up his LRM shots and his 3 his lasers, trying to keep moving, keep them at range, trying to get the lock on Stubby. Stubby jumping, hits here.
Yeah, I see the direction.
He has to take out Stubby and duck quickly if he's going to do anything interesting here, because Burner has got enough to outrange him, and Bob's just got an insane amount of firepower here. Stubby lost his LBX 15 arm, which will bring Stubby's range back down to 600 meters, and now he will have to fight Bob, and Wolverine's Rebirth will have to make the decision. Do we keep trying to fight Invictus, or do we keep our assets away? They're keeping Burner purposely away, and they're going to let Bob have a crack at it here. Bob and Thunderbird are going to have a crack at it here while Burner sticks back and stays as the carrying asset. Invictus on the hunt, trying to get Stubby dead. Stubby just trying to report on Invictus's position and stay hidden with his jump jets. Bob now moving in close behind Invictus. You can see just how hard it is to see under here. Bob opening his salvo, and Invictus trying to get some shots off. This is why we play these games, folks. I don't know what's going to happen here. Invictus is going to be taking some damage. Invictus has GECM, I would have to imagine, so he's probably able to track Bob. Bob can't see him as easily. I don't know why Invictus is going above water here. Trying to get some distance, I guess. His cooling efficiency is going to go down to crap, though, from here. I guess he's trying to pull them up onto the ground so we can see them, relying on his low profile. Stubby still getting some shots off. Excuse me, Stubby lost his beam lasers, so we can still get some range. Invictus trying to find anything that he can hit. He'd prefer to hit Stubby because he feels he can maybe get the kill on Stubby, but now he has to face the Mad Cat. Bob now finally lines up his weapons against the Mad Cat. The LRMs don't quite hit. I think we're going to have a conclusion here pretty quickly, as Invictus is now having to fight 4-on-1. Any advantage he had in the water is now gone. He goes back into the water for cooling efficiency, and he takes his chances against the asset, and now he has all enemy guns firing on him, and it'll just be a matter of time. Invictus giving it everything he has, though. He does not want to go down. He fights, and we will see you next time as the Scythe Triumvirate goes up 2-0 upon confirmation, and we will see you on the next day of battle in the Chaos March Network. Thank you for watching, everybody.